When a woman pulls away, the worst mistake a man can make is chasing after her. It destroys your value instantly. Women test men, whether they realize it or not. They pull back to see if you'll break, if you'll get desperate, if you'll lose control. Weak men react. They text, call, beg for attention. Strong men do nothing. They hold the frame. They remain unfazed. That's what commands respect. A man who understands his value doesn't chase. He doesn't seek validation from a woman pulling away. He recognizes that attraction isn't built through needy behavior. It's built through self-control, confidence, and the ability to walk away if necessary. The moment a woman senses you're afraid to lose her, she loses attraction. Women want a man they can admire, not one they can manipulate. You have to rewire your mindset. If she pulls away, let her. If she comes back, it's on your terms. If she doesn't, she was never really yours to begin with. This isn't about playing games, it's about understanding female psychology. Women are drawn to men they feel are slightly out of reach, men they can't fully control. That's what keeps them engaged. The key is to master the art of emotional control. You have to be the man who can stand firm in his presence, knowing that his worth isn't tied to any woman's approval. This is what separates men who always struggle with women from those who naturally command attraction. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to handle it when a woman pulls away, why you must never reach out, and how to approach women in a way that makes them chase you. Before we continue, I have something valuable for those who want to improve their social and relationship skills. I've built a community on Podium where I break everything down step by step, providing practical tools to enhance confidence and create meaningful connections. It's all clear, straightforward advice that you can apply in real situations. Plus, for a limited time, the first 20 people to join will receive a special discount. Don't miss out. Click the link in the description to secure your spot. And if you know someone who could benefit from this, feel free to share it with them. 1. Why women pull away and why you must stay unfazed. A woman pulling away isn't random, it's instinctual. Women test men, consciously or subconsciously, to see if they're truly strong. They want to know if the man they're dealing with can handle pressure, if he's emotionally solid, or if he'll crumble at the first sign of distance. The moment a man starts acting needy, the test is over. He's failed. When a woman pulls away, most men panic. They send texts like, "Did I do something wrong?" or "I miss you." They overanalyze, wondering what mistake they made. That's a weakness. A high-value man does the opposite. He lets her go. He gives her space without flinching. He doesn't reach out because he doesn't need to. Women are drawn to men who don't break under pressure. A man who doesn't react emotionally when she distances herself signals strength. He shows he has other priorities, that his life doesn't revolve around her. That's the kind of man women find irresistible. When she pulls back, her attraction is at risk. If you chase, it plummets. But if you stay unfazed, it builds. She starts wondering, why isn't he reacting? Why isn't he chasing? That curiosity turns into desire. She begins to miss your presence. She starts thinking about you more, which increases her emotional investment. Most men fail because they fear loss more than they value respect. They act out of desperation instead of control. The moment you chase, you tell her, "You're more valuable than me." That's when she loses interest. Women don't respect men they can control. If she pulls away, your move is simple. Do nothing. Keep living. Stay busy. Improve yourself. If she comes back, it's on your terms. If she doesn't, another woman will. 2. How to keep her invested. Without chasing attraction isn't maintained by constant reassurance or validation. It's fueled by a sense of mystery, challenge, and emotional highs and lows. Women don't stay interested in men who are always available, predictable, or overly accommodating. They stay invested in men who make them feel something, men who keep them on their toes. When she pulls away, most men try to fix the situation. They assume something is wrong and believe that if they show more affection, check in more often, or remind her how much they care, she'll come back. That logic is completely backward. The more you try to prove yourself, the more she pulls away. Why? Because you've removed the challenge. She no longer feels the need to work for your attention. The key to keeping a woman invested is simple. Maintain an independent life and let her feel the possibility of losing you. Women don't stay attached to men who need them. They stay attached to men they feel privileged to be around. That means prioritizing your mission, your growth, and your goals over her. When she sees that your world doesn't stop because she's distant, she starts questioning her own position in your life. That's when she re-engages. Give her space, but don't just sit around waiting. Focus on yourself. Work out, advance your career, hang out with friends, pursue hobbies. The moment she senses that your attention isn't guaranteed, she'll instinctively try to win it back. Women love a man whose presence is valuable. When you stop over-investing in her and start valuing yourself more, she starts valuing you more. And the best part? She'll come back on her own, not because you begged, but because she realizes you're the kind of man she doesn't want to lose. 3. The power of walking away and why it makes you more attractive. The ability to walk away is the strongest position a man can have in any relationship. Most men can't do it. They cling, they negotiate, they try to convince a woman to stay. That behavior kills attraction instantly. The moment she senses you're afraid to lose her, you already have. Women are wired to test a man's strength. They don't do it out of malice, it's instinct. They need to know if the man they're with is someone they can truly respect. When a woman pulls away, she's watching your reaction. Will you break? Will you start chasing? Or will you hold your ground and show her you're not afraid to walk if necessary? Weak men stay in situations where they aren't valued. They tolerate disrespect, cold behavior, and mixed signals because they fear being alone. That mindset makes them disposable. The moment a woman senses a man will put up with anything just to keep her, she loses attraction. She might keep him around for attention, validation, or resources, but she won't respect him. A high-value man has options. Even if he doesn't, he acts like he does. He doesn't need to beg for love or attention. If a woman is pulling away, he lets her go. If she comes back, she has to prove herself again. If she doesn't, he moves forward without hesitation. That's what makes him magnetic. He values himself above any woman's approval. Walking away isn't about playing games. It's about self-respect. It forces her to evaluate what she's losing. If you've handled yourself correctly, by being confident, maintaining mystery, and not over-investing, she'll come back. Not because you begged, but because she realizes you're a man she can't control, and that's the kind of man women chase. 4. How to approach a woman without looking desperate. Most men approach women the wrong way. They either overcompensate by trying too hard to impress, or they come in nervous and unsure of themselves. Both approaches signal weakness. Women don't respond to a man who looks like he's hoping for approval. They're drawn to men who carry themselves with certainty. The key to a strong approach is presence. When you walk up to a woman, your body language, tone, and energy set the tone before you even say a word. Stand tall, maintain strong eye contact, and speak with a controlled, relaxed voice. This communicates confidence before you've even introduced yourself. Most men open with weak, generic lines like, "Can I buy you a drink?" or "You're really beautiful." These don't work because they place the woman on a pedestal. She's heard them 1,000 times before. Instead, start with something natural and situational. If you're at a bar, say, "You look like you'd rather be anywhere but here," with a smirk. If she's at a bookstore, say, "You actually read, or just here for the aesthetic?" This kind of approach is playful, direct, and assumes the interaction will go well. Your mindset is crucial. You're not approaching to get something. You're giving her the opportunity to experience your presence. If she's interested, great. If she's not, it doesn't affect you. That's the energy women find attractive. One of the biggest mistakes men make is lingering too long in the conversation. Keep it brief, establish a connection, and if the energy is right, get her number or set up a date. Then walk away. That leaves her with curiosity, wanting more. The men who get the best results with women don't try to force attraction. They let it happen by being the kind of man women naturally want to follow. 5. What to say to keep her interested without over-pursuing. Most men talk themselves out of attraction without even realizing it. They either try too hard to impress or they overshare, giving a woman too much too soon. Attraction isn't built through constant talking or validation. It's built through intrigue, confidence, and controlled presence. The less you over-explain yourself, the more she wants to figure you out. The key to keeping her interested is to speak with purpose. Every word should carry weight. Instead of bombarding her with compliments or asking basic questions like, "What do you do for fun?" keep it sharp and playful. Make statements instead of asking for approval. If she says she likes to travel, say, "Let me guess, you went to Bali once and now think you're a world traveler." This kind of statement teases her while showing you're not impressed by the usual answers. It forces her to engage with you on a different level. Your tone and delivery matter more than the words themselves. Speak slowly and deliberately. Most men rush through their words, hoping to fill silences, but a confident man embraces the pause. When you speak as if what you're saying is important, she believes it is. Another mistake men make is trying to be available all the time. If you always reply instantly, text her non-stop, or act as if she's the center of your world, she'll take you for granted. Instead, match her investment. If she texts you, take your time responding. If she asks about your plans, don't always be available. Let her wonder. Women are drawn to uncertainty. It creates emotional highs and lows which keep them invested. Keeping her interested isn't about performing. It's about holding your ground, creating tension, and letting her feel like she has to earn more of your presence. That's what keeps her chasing. 6. The importance of maintaining your own life and interests. One of the biggest mistakes men make when they start dating a woman is losing themselves in the process. They forget about their own life, their hobbies, their goals, and everything that once made them attractive. They start rearranging their schedule, plans, and priorities just to make room for her. This is a surefire way to lose respect and attraction. A woman doesn't want a man who revolves around her. She wants a man who is independent, someone who has a purpose in life and a clear direction. If you want to keep a woman interested, you need to be the type of man who is so deeply invested in his own growth that she becomes an addition to your already fulfilling life, not the focal point of it. When you have a strong sense of self, you don't need to seek validation from a woman. You already know your worth, and that confidence is magnetic. Your focus should remain on your career, your fitness, your friends, and your passions. These things not only make you a well-rounded man, but they also keep your time occupied and your mind engaged. When you're not constantly thinking about her or obsessing over every interaction, you come across as much more attractive. The more invested you are in your own life, the more you demonstrate to her that you're not easily swayed by her behavior. If she pulls away, you won't panic. You'll just keep doing your thing, which will only increase her attraction to you. You'll be less likely to overthink the situation because you're focused on your own goals. In the early stages of dating, it's easy to fall into the trap of trying to please her at the expense of your own happiness. But remember, when you lose yourself, you lose the very things that made her interested in you in the first place. She's attracted to your strength, your ambition, and your ability to live your own life without relying on her for fulfillment. The man who never stops moving forward, whether it's building his career, pursuing his passions, or cultivating new relationships, has a magnetic energy that women are drawn to. He's not afraid to walk away from something that doesn't serve him. He knows that if a woman truly respects him, she will meet him where he's at, not the other way around. Having a full life means you don't depend on anyone to fill the gaps or make you feel whole. A woman can join your life, but she doesn't complete it. The best way to keep her invested is by showing that she's not the center of your world, and that makes her want to be there even more. When she sees that you're too busy to chase her or overly invested in her, she'll start chasing you just to be a part of your life. 7. Mastering emotional control and why. It's crucial. Emotional control is the backbone of attraction. It's the ability to stay calm, focused, and unshaken regardless of the situation. It's the difference between a man who is constantly on edge, reacting to every emotional cue, and a man who commands respect by keeping his emotions in check. If you want to keep a woman attracted and maintain your own value in her eyes, you must master emotional control. When a woman pulls away, most men react out of fear. They feel rejected, anxious, or confused, and their first instinct is to reach out and fix things. But when you react to her behavior, you put her in control of the situation. Emotional control means you don't let her actions dictate your mood or behavior. You stay steady, no matter what. A man who can maintain his composure under pressure shows immense strength. Women are instinctively drawn to men who don't fall apart when things get tough. If you can keep calm and collected when she pulls away, it communicates that you are not dependent on her for validation or happiness. You don't need her to complete you, and you certainly don't need to beg for her attention. To develop emotional control, you first need to focus on your own self-awareness. Recognize when your emotions are starting to spiral and understand why. Are you feeling insecure because of her pulling away? Is it fear of loss, a lack of control? The more you can identify your emotional triggers, the better you can manage them. A key element of emotional control is the ability to detach. This doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're not emotionally dependent on her response. If she's distant, you don't take it personally. If she pulls away, you don't panic. You understand that her behavior doesn't reflect your value. She's not rejecting you as a person, she's simply testing boundaries. And instead of reacting emotionally, you respond with strength. When you can stay emotionally neutral in the face of uncertainty, you become a man who is hard to ignore. Women respect men who are consistent and unshaken. Emotional instability is one of the biggest turnoffs because it signals weakness. A man who cannot control his emotions is seen as someone who cannot handle life's challenges. Women want a man who can weather the storms of life without getting thrown off course. Here's the truth. Emotional control doesn't come from ignoring your feelings. It comes from understanding them and choosing how to respond. You don't suppress your emotions, but you don't let them control you either. You acknowledge the feeling, process it, and then move forward with confidence. The more you practice emotional control, the more naturally it will come. And as you become more comfortable staying emotionally grounded, you'll notice women responding differently to you. They won't be able to resist a man who isn't thrown off by their actions. A man who stays calm, who doesn't chase or react, becomes incredibly attractive. Emotional control isn't just a tactic. It's a mindset that positions you as a leader, someone women want to follow. In the end, the key to handling a woman pulling away is simple. Don't chase. Stay grounded, focused on your own life, and show emotional control. Women are drawn to men who have their own direction and aren't easily swayed by their behavior. By maintaining your value, mastering emotional control, and creating space for her to wonder about you, you'll naturally increase your attraction. Remember, if she pulls away, let her. If she comes back, it's on your terms. Stay strong, confident, and remember that your worth isn't defined by her approval. Stay the man who's always in control. If you're interested in improving your communication and relationships, my community is now open. Many have requested this, and it's finally here. The first 20 to join will receive an exclusive discount. Check the link in the description for more details. Appreciate your support, and I'll see you in the next video.